And for product, I'm going to be using Capri's Twist Out Frosting. This is just a product that's thick enough for me to use for a twist out, where I don't have to use a leave-in conditioner and a gel or another styling product. It's a one-stop shop for all your hair care needs. I like that it doesn't sit on my strands as someone with low porosity hair, so this just absorbs right into my hair and it keeps my hair moisturized all week. And then beyond that, if I feel like my hair needs more moisture, I will spray that on my hair, and I show you guys how to do that in other videos. My brother is downstairs screaming. I'm really so sorry about that. But let's get into the story. So in order for me to explain to you, and you can see that this just melts in my hair. Like, that is just beautiful. Beautiful. But in order for me to tell you how I got to the place of being scammed by Danish Nail in the first place, I have to kind of give you a little bit of backstory. So when I was 11 years old, I began to take an interest in my hair, and I promise this is not going to take all day. I began to take an interest in my hair. I wanted to know how to grow my hair, but I also really struggled with, doing my natural hair. I just felt like it was unmanageable, and the only way that I really felt confident was if my hair was straight. So at the age of 11, I began to straighten my hair every single day. I would get home from school, pull out the flat iron, got to work, and by the time it was ready for bed, I was able to wrap my hair up. In the morning, my hair was straight. So that continued for about a year or two, and then when I was in 7th grade is when I began taking more of an interest in my natural hair, and that's when natural hair YouTube was coming up, and I just was learning more about it, and it was kind of cool to embrace your natural hair, and I felt more equipped. I had a better support system on YouTube, and the YouTubers were really coming through for me at the time, as they did for everybody. So that was kind of how that went and how I began to take an interest in my hair. Fast forward to when I was in high school, I began to focus on my hair more, and again I revisited the dream of growing long natural hair, just having long natural hair, because from 11 to now 16 I still was not able to have the waist length really long hair that I had always dreamed of. I was kind of stuck at the same length. So I wanted to get back into that, and so somehow along the line, I don't remember the exact moment that I started my brand. I remember the early stages of me going on Vistaprint and ordering samples and containers and all that stuff, but I don't remember the actual point of like starting the brand. And one day I just began mixing things around, creating formulas, and the brand was born. So that was about 16. I was in high school. I would come home from school, work on my business. I was up late at night working on my business, posting on Instagram, just doing things like that. And my prom night actually spent, because when I was in high school I decided I want to go to an in-person event, so be a vendor at an event. So I bought a vendor booth, and it was in a whole different state, so I had to fly all the way there and do everything like that whole process by myself. I wasn't there by myself. My grandmother was kind enough to go with me, but as far as like arranging the travel and arranging the tickets and getting the product there, like I had to do all that myself. So the night of my prom, I was up before prom in my prom dress, mixing oil, putting oil in the packages, getting it all ready to be shipped out. So that was kind of my high school experience, was tied to being a business owner, and I would stay home from school all the time to work on my business. And that's kind of what I decided that I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to grow this business. So one day I was at home, had got back from school, and I remember this day like it was yesterday. I was standing right over there. You can't see over there, but there's a room. I was in my brother's room in the doorway, standing, scrolling on Instagram, and I came across this post, and it was a Danish Nail post. I don't think I followed her. It might have been an ad or something, I don't know. But for Curl Bible, they were looking for vendors, and because I had already did the vending thing in Florida, that's where it was, in Florida, I was like, oh perfect. And I would basically be like a retailer. It would be in stores, even though there's stores online. It resonated with me. I'm a Christian, I believe in God, so I'm like, Curl Bible, that's really cool. So I decided to reach out. I sent an email, and I'm going to try to include all the receipts that I have. This was 5 years ago. I'm 22 now, and so a lot of it, that email that I use, I've had since I was like 13, and I don't use it anymore, so I'm going to try to get everything that I have. Hold on. I'm speaking so fast, so maybe I should slow down. But you see my hair. Super cute. And I'm just going to twist it now. It's still pretty detangled. I'm just going to run my fingers through it a little bit before I twist. And so yeah, I reached out, I emailed them. I think we had to do a call. I did a call with them at first. I had to send over my ID, so they knew I was 17. And the reason this is so important is because I was underage, and I had to sign contracts and stuff, and when you are under the age of 18, your signature doesn't count. And my mom didn't sign for me, no parent signed for me, so they were doing deals and business and contracts with a minor, and they knew it because I had to submit my ID to them. So either they didn't check or they didn't care. So in order for me to start this process, I'm gonna try to talk slowly. In order for me to start this process with them, I think I had to give them a deposit of about $3,000. It could be more. I have the payment plan. I know that I have that in my email, so I'll include that up on the screen. And so, like I said, I was 17. I did not have $3,000. I had a job. I was making $10 an hour. I was only working 15 hours a week. Yeah, 15 hours a week. And so we came up with a payment plan, and every 2 weeks I had to pay them $300. You guys, that was my entire check. Everything that I was making for my job at that time went to Curl Bible, went to securing my spot and being a vendor with them and having my products on their website. Like literally for a year, I think it took me a year and a half or something like that to complete these payments. Everything that I was making went directly to them. Do you know what kind of discipline it takes as a 17-year-old in high school who just wants to go to the movies and kind of have like a normal childhood experience to give your entire check for over a year to these people just to grow your business? Like, I had a dream, I had the discipline, I had the determination, I had the drive, and I'm like, this is going to be a huge move for me and a huge move for my business and my product to be in front of more people, and to really, you know, do something that I can be proud of and to make a difference and an impact, because people are going to now have access to my product. They're going to love it. It's going to be great. That was my mindset going into it. I was really so excited. And because, you know, Curl Bible had a good reputation, it wasn't like a shady company that I knew of at the time. I didn't know them to be shady. I thought that it was, you know, good people. Again, she used God in her marketing, Black-owned business in their marketing. And I think what I've come to realize, and other people have actually brought this to my attention, is that a lot of Black-owned businesses use Black-owned just as a marketing tactic and not for the sake of they care about being a Black-owned business. It helps that they happen to be Black and that they are Black-owned businesses, but they use Black-owned businesses and use God and Christianity and faith as marketing tactics to draw and, you know, pull on people's emotions, and not actually because they care about those things. And there's people online that have debates, and I've seen this comment from multiple Black people that just say they will never support businesses, Black-owned businesses, because Black-owned businesses are unprofessional, they are just the worst. And I just feel sometimes helpless as a Black-owned business, because that's not true for all Black-owned businesses. I get that a lot of Black-owned businesses have created this reputation, especially businesses and restaurants in Atlanta and in other parts of the United States, but there are a good number of us left that are genuinely just trying to do good and trying to make a difference and impact people positively with our product. And I don't ever market my business as a Black-owned business, not because I'm ashamed or not because I'm not a Black-owned business. I'm a Black-owned business, okay? Capri Hair Care is a Black-owned business, but I don't want that to be the reason that you buy my product. I want you to see the product, see the results. I want you to connect with the brand for what it is, and not just because I'm Black. And I get supporting your own people, but I think we as a people have proven that, you know, that's not always a reason to support the business. So, and that's unfortunately what I think happened to me. I think I saw Dana Chanel maybe as a person of color, as an ally, and I gave in. So that's what happened. So I finally make it to paying the balance, about $3,000. And I was 18 at this time. Like I told you guys, this took a really long time for me to make those payments, over a year. And after the payments were complete, I was supposed to schedule a time. I had to call the office, schedule a time to meet with Dana Chanel. She was going to call me and we would have a onboarding call or something like that to discuss the next steps. So that day comes, I call the office, I schedule the appointment, I get the date, I'm waiting, I'm in my room, Dana Chanel's going to call me, she's going to call me, she's going to call me. Super exciting. This is like my dream, not to speak to Dana Chanel, but just to grow my business. She never calls me. That phone call never came through. I waited all day. I waited the next day, still nothing. So I decided to call the office, and they were like, oh, I either called or emailed, and they were like, oh my gosh, so sorry, she's gonna reach out. So then she did call me about 2 days or 3 days later. This was just a terrible phone call. She was very condescending, very like, we missed your phone call and what about it, like, do you know who I am? kind of thing. And I think I mentioned something about my mom being disappointed as well, and she said, but would your mom be able to help you do the things, and would your mom be able to grow your business the way that I could help you? And I'm just on the phone, and I'm like 18, I just turned 18, fresh 18. I'm not someone who likes confrontation, so I'm just on the phone. I don't know what to say. I'm not really good at speaking up for myself. I don't know what to say. I'm just shocked that this is even taking place right now after I've waited and poured everything I had into this. So that was that with the phone call. I don't remember all the details about how it went. I just knew that she was very rude, very condescending, very just ignorant, and that at that point we were just upset because things were clearly not working out the way that they were supposed to. And I wish I could remember what happened after that, but I just don't. But I do remember asking for my money back because things again were not going the way that they were supposed to. They didn't want to give my money back because they said I signed a contract. And this is where me being 17 comes into play, because I signed the contract but my signature was not valid because I was a minor. So we went and talked to a lawyer. In order for the lawyer was very confident he could get the money back, but the thing is that it was going to cost more money. I would have to pay him, I think it was like $2,000 or $1,000 for him to act on or do anything. And I just spent a year paying them $3,000, so I definitely didn't have another $1,000 or $2,000 to do that. So my mom ended up opening a dispute with my bank, and I was able to get back, I think, half of the money, or about 70% of the money back, but not my full $3,000. And that really hurt because I was 18, I needed a car, I needed things, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like that $3,000 could have been used elsewhere. And that's money that I probably will never see. It's been 5 years and I'm not like pressed about it, but at the same time I'm like, I should be pressed about it because you walked away with half my money and you didn't provide me any service. If anything, you just caused a headache and took away time from my life. Could have used that $3,000 to, you know, do something else that would propel my business forward. I didn't have to waste a year and a half of my life on this process. So that was really just disheartening. It was disappointing. It was all of the things. And so that's the story. And then after that, you know, I kind of let it go. It kind of just was what it was, honestly. But now, not too long ago, it's November, it's Thanksgiving Day, actually. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. I'm thankful for everybody who's here. It was in September, I think. I was in Paris in September. I remember being in my hotel room and the news came out that she was being sued, or she had to pay like $100,000 to the people that she scammed. So there were a bunch of us, and I just feel bad for the people that, you know, couldn't get their money back if they did sign a contract and they fought it and they weren't able to win that case. I need to find out how I can take her to court, because I want my $1,500 back. Like, hello. And it just made me like happy that she was finally being held accountable, but also just makes me sick to my stomach that someone like that could exist, where you're using God to promote your business and promote a business that scams people. Like these are people's real lives, people's real dreams. People are out here, and I'm just one person, but I don't have kids. I don't have a household that I'm maintaining. People are like choosing whether to pay their bills or to invest in themselves and take a risk that'll help, that they think is going to help them, you know, finally get to a point where they want to be in life, and you're scamming them and taking advantage of that. Is just not cool. So that's just what makes me disgusted, and I'm just curious about how she sleeps at night. And I think that she definitely owes people more than $70,000, $100,000, whatever she had to pay, for sure. She owes me money. So that's just not cool. It's just not cool. Since being scammed by Dana Chanel, I have definitely recovered. I have begun running Facebook ads. I've done lots of other things to grow my business and get my business in front of more people. I've gotten to a really good place. There was a point in time where I was shipping out like 200 orders a week. Not that I'm not doing good now, it's just that I was doing so well that I needed to put the systems in place to continue to maintain that. So I had to like take a break and make sure there were no cracks in my foundation so that I can continue to provide an excellent experience for my customers and kind of look at what I can do better and what's been working and what's not. So that's where I'm at, and I'm currently getting back into growing my business the way that I want to make my dreams come true, to make, you know, help other people make their dreams come true beyond just hair growth though. Because for example, I had a dream to grow my business, I had a dream to grow my hair, and so I want to instill and help other people achieve their dreams. And I think that this community for us could be a great foundation to grow in all areas, not just hair growth. And I would love to continue to think of ways to be able to do that. So that's where I'm at now. My products have grown so much, the formulas have grown so much. I'm super proud of everything that I have accomplished this far, and I can't wait to continue to grow. So yes, I'm gonna finish twisting my hair probably off camera, but you know, the twist out's gonna be fire. I keep forgetting about the community page, so maybe I'll take some pictures of my hair and upload it to the community page. I think that'll be cool to do. But thank you guys so much for watching my story. Hopefully it saves somebody else from being scammed. Please always do your research. You can't protect yourself from every type of scamming that there is, but the more you know. Please read everything before you sign it. You know, it's a crazy world out here. It's unfortunate that we have to watch out for our own people sometimes. But as far as my routine, I'm gonna twist my hair up. I'm gonna leave these twists in. I'm not gonna wash my hair again for another month, so that's my new thing. I love it. It's so low maintenance. It's totally my vibe. I don't know why I was washing my hair every week. I'm gonna do these twists, so just like this, and each little bantu knot is gonna be a twist. I'm gonna put a scarf on, and that's how I'm gonna wear my hair for the rest of the month. Unless I'm going out, I'm gonna unravel the twist, wear a twist out, but before I go to bed, I always twist my hair back up. It takes like 5 minutes, super easy. And then throughout the weeks, if my hair is dry, I have a spray bottle, and in that spray bottle is a teaspoon or a spoonful, I don't know why I said teaspoon, a spoonful of Capri's leave-in conditioner mixed with 8 ounces of water, and I just spray that on my hair whenever my hair is dry so that my hair is not dry. That causes breakage and will prevent you from retaining length. So that is it for this video. That is my routine. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.